Hello and welcome back to the Beefy Tech channel. If you haven't heard the news, the Albagra map is not particularly great, and it currently has a load of issues stemming from plates not spawning in everywhere or the circle pulling into the middle of the water and there being literally just water gunfights the whole game. But on top of that, it also has packet loss issues. Once you load into the new map, one thing you should really get accustomed to is this packet loss and high latency sign, because for us, in pretty much 4 of the 5 games that we played, we had terrible packet loss and high latency issues. There was the one server which had less of it, but still a bit at the beginning, but towards the end it had none, so I used that one for testing, but as you may see over here as I play the video, it's basically showing the high latency and packet loss issues throughout the entire gunfight, and you'll see it basically until the very end of the match, and it's bad. Like in most of the servers, it's really bad. This might not just be just Albagra, but it is currently being played by these issues that might be on other maps too. And I don't think you understand just how bad it is, so let me quickly show you this clip. I do want to mention, I am fully aware I didn't hit every shot there, but just witness how many shots literally don't register at all in that entire gunfight. I go through an entire clip aiming right at the guy standing still facing me, and yet I still don't get him, which is absolutely insane. It was like this basically every single match with at least a couple of my gunfights. But look, I'm just gonna sum this up for you really quickly. Basically, the map performs fine when there's no packet loss or high latency. The issue is that you're not really playing Albagra Fortress most of the time. You're playing Swimming Simulator with a side of Albagra Fortress and then a bit of Al Mazrah too, because the circle just pulls onto Al Mazrah also, not only Albagra. So I don't really understand the point of this map, and it feels extremely lazy. It's basically Mini Royale but worse and slightly dysfunctional because plates and ammo are really rare. The blue chests don't drop the usual amount of plates either, so it's clearly bugged out in some way. But regardless, the mode itself is not particularly great. The performance is, okay, not great either, because you can see the 1% lows are actually reportedly lower than they were in normal Al Mazrah when I tested just 2 days ago. And now that is impressive because this is a reduced player count, like a severely reduced player count, and yet the 1% lows just keep going lower. This wasn't the case on Al Mazrah when I last played, so clearly they did the laziest job they possibly could when they implemented this. Overall though, you will be seeing above 300 average FPS with a 7950X 3D and 4090, but it is definitely a lazy game mode that you will not play a lot if you do try it yourself. It is a bit embarrassing that with literally a fourth of the players, this map has worse 1% lows than the usual Al Mazrah map would. But yeah, what can I tell you, man? It's definitely unpolished, definitely unfinished, and it was rushed out, despite them delaying it by a small amount too, because it was supposed to initially release with Season 5 Reloaded. But here we are. It is indeed worse in performance than usual Al Mazrah for the 1% lows, but it's the same FPS average as usual Al Mazrah, so it's nothing really impressive or nothing depressive in that sense, because you will not be getting bad performance. It will perform better than Vondel when there is none of the high latency packet loss bullshit happening. But yeah, essentially it's underwhelming at best. Performance is okay, and you'll probably play it once and forget about it. Now it's not even in rotation, so if you want to avoid this map like wildfire, you can avoid it no problem and just play the other maps, with the downside being the squad's resurgence game mode is taken up by this map and has no rotation. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed, guys, and I hope this gives you a good idea of how this performs. Bit sad to see the 1% lows are actually worse on this than usual Al Mazrah. But yeah, have a good one, and peace.